Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. Today, we will do presentation in Factual Readings Group Assignment. So, this is our group member. Next, the presentation will be started by me. Main idea of each paragraph and main idea of the text why the sky is blue. This one is main idea of each paragraph of why the sky is blue. And this one is main idea of the text why the sky is blue. So the main idea of the text why is the sky blue is to illustrate how sunlight consists of all the colors of the rainbow. The text also explains how the appearance of the sky changed near the horizon due to the scattering of blue light. Next, main idea of each paragraph and main idea of the text and life cycle. This is main idea of each paragraph of and life cycle. And this one is main idea of the text and life cycle. The end life cycle characteristic and ends roles in the colony. And the next presentation will be presented by Damai and Lena.
Okay, so the differences and the similarities between two texts. So the first one is sequential versus conditional explanation text. Why the sky is blue is a conditional explanation text.
And the end life cycle is sequential explanation text.
Okay. The second one is the genre. Why the sky is blue? Genre is explanation.
And the genre of end life cycle is explanation.
Number 3, the purposes of the text. Why the sky is blue purposes is to educate the readers about where the color of the sky and rainbow come from.
And the purposes of the text of end life cycle is to educate readers about how end life cycle happen.
Number 4 is the generic or schematic structure of the text. So why the sky is blue? The first one is general statement. Why the sky is blue general statement are like most curious people, you have probably asked at some time, why is the sky blue? Or if you saw a beautiful sunset or sunrise, you might have asked, why is the sky red?
And the general statement of end life cycle is ants are one of the most diverse and dominant insects on Earth. Some ant species can be found in almost every terrestrial habitat, from rainforest to desert and everything in between.
Okay, the last one, the number second and the last one, because in those two texts, there is no conclusion. So explanation is the last one. And why the sky is blue, explanation are actually after the violet and blue light dominate the sky, some of the violet light is absorbed by the upper atmosphere.
And the explanation of ant life cycle is the life cycle of ants goes through 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. The egg stage is crucial for all stages of ant development, and it happens quickly. The larva stage is the shortest and is followed by the pupa stage, which is the second longest, where the ant metamorphoses into a fully grown ant. Finally, the adult stage is where the colony will have different castes, queens, drones, and workers. And the next presentation will be present by Novi and Khelin.
Okay, and the next of the differences and the similarities number 5 is the idea development from the text why the sky is blue is cause and effect.
And the idea development of an life cycle is chronological.
And the language features from why the sky is blue is for the first use of generalized non-human participants. For example, raindrops, light energy, wavelength, molecules of gas, upper atmosphere, and sky. And next, use of conjunction showing effect, for example, therefore. And next, use of action verbs, for example, bending, separating, reaching, and making. And the last one, use of passive voice, for example, some of the violet light is absorbed by the upper atmosphere.
Okay, the language feature of and life cycle. And the first, use of generalized non-human participant, especially and the second, use of the conjunction showing time, example, first, before, and then, and the third, use conjunction of showing cause, example, due to in the sentence. This is due to the fact that the queen has used up all of the energy and nutrients in her body in order to feed the first batch of eggs. And the next is use of conjunction showing effect. For example, therefore.
And the next of the language features is use of present tense. The one example is the white light coming from the sun is really made up of all the colors of the rainbow. And the next example is we see all those colors when we look at rainbows. And the last example is like energy passing through the ocean, like energy travels in waves too.
Okay, and the next language feature of and life cycle is using action verb like gathering, scouting, building, keeping, and carrying. And the next is use of passive voice. For example, an eggs are protected by female worker. And another example is the ant larva will eat food specially given to them by ant worker. And the last example is an ant colony is started by the queen laying the first eggs. Okay, the last language feature is use present tense. For example, ants are one of the most different dominant insects in the world on Earth. And the second example is an egg stage is very brief, and the last example is a queen ant is born with wings.
Okay, everyone. That's all we can say about the differences and similarities between two texts about why the sky is blue and life cycle. So thank you for your attention and bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.